Just want to say good evening to everyone. Good evening to everyone here. We'll go right into it. Old business to resolve the resolution 2017-18 to appoint Vivian Jones to the Irondale Education and Youth Committee Fund for a 4-year term. Councilman Wilson.
Yes, council, we discussed this particular item during our last council meeting, and I've asked Ms. Jones to either attend our pre-council meeting, which is now, or our regular council meeting. I noticed that she had come forward, so I really appreciate her being here. Ms. Jones, if you don't mind, I don't know if all of the councilors know who you are, but if you don't mind, if you can come forward and just tell us just a little bit about yourself. I know all about you, so
Yes, you
I don't think.
I'm wondering why you're asking.
Yeah. So, so they'll know who you are.
Want me to stand this way?
That'd be.
Okay. My name's Vivian Jones. I am a retired school teacher from Grantswood and Irondale Community School. I started working here in Irondale probably in 1980, the second year that we had Grantswood Community School. And I worked there with 34th graders until we changed and made it into a K through 2nd grade. And then we moved to Irondale. That was 3rd grade through 5th grade. So I retired from here about, 5 years ago?
It's been that long?
I think so.
Okay.
Close to it anyway. So this is my home. Lived in the neighborhood for over 20 years. There were a lot of Jones, so the kids called me Miss V. Jones because there was a Miss L. Jones and a Miss C. Jones and a Miss S. Jones at Brentwood. So
really?
Jones. Yeah.
I always wondered that. Why they call you B. Jones? Yeah.
Because there were so many of us.
Yeah. Right.
Such a common name.
Mhm.
So
Well, I appreciate it. Councilors, you have any questions? Just a little bit of history, just real quick. Ms. B. Jones taught my kids when they were in elementary. She also ran a daycare program over Irondale Community, which, you know, she's very familiar with the kids in the area. Now they've grown and gotten older.
they're still my baby.
Right. And she's very familiar with our school system here, which, not our school system, but the schools within Irondale, city of Irondale. So that's one reason why I approached Ms. B. Jones and asked her to kind of be a part of the education committee. And she agreed to it. You know, I had to twist her arm a little bit because she's retired, so.
Enjoying my retirement.
That's
Spent
right.
a lot of time at the Irondale Community Center.
That's
and
right.
Witness Center. Taught John's kids.
Yep.
All three. All three. So,
So Ms. V. Jones is very popular within the community. Thank you, Ms. V. Jones. I appreciate it.
Talk to
Miss
her.
London too. Taught
Two of
too.
them.
Taught too.
You retired too soon.
That's right.
Couldn't catch my lady.
Yeah, I didn't get her, but I knew her very well.
You do it very well.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Anyone, any councilors, you have any questions?
I know, but have you ever met a mayor? This is the mayor just wanna.
Hi.
More.
Nice to see you. I missed it when the center went to eat somewhere and you went. So I wasn't there that particular time. I had other obligations, but I know that you come by from time to time and we appreciate your interest.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. V. Jones. I appreciate it.
Just a question, just a good place to discuss this. We were going to ask the public for their comments before we finish this.
Probably not.
And then when will we be getting our process back to finally prove that we're going to utilize?
The process is approved, it's going to end tonight.
Okay.
I just have to write it in and put it on there. But it's been approved, you have a copy of this now.
Yeah.
So it's
So
ready
we
to go.
brought it back through in that form, though?
It's ready, it's ready to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it just has to get on the agenda, James?
Just gotta get on the agenda.
Okay.
So it's ready to go.
Because when we went back over, we gave us a copy of the process we're going to utilize.
Education.
Yeah, it's just got to come back through for final approval.
Do you have a copy?
I've got mine.
Sure. Have some copies to you.
Thank you.
Resolution 20R17, R21, to approve the Grants Mill soccer field agreement, Jefferson County Board of Education. You want this one, or?
Yeah, I'll need to get any of the other councils.
Okay.
I don't have a recommendation on this. This is your decision, your action item that you tabled at the last meeting. You can see, I can tell you what I did in the interim. After your last action, I did notify the superintendent that you approved the agreement for Chase Valley High School, signed that and returned that to them. I told the superintendent that you all had tabled the one for Grantswood, and at that point was not sure which, what the plan was going forward. We later in Councilor London got a copy from Mr. McElroy of a revised version, his revised version of the agreement, how he thought it should be. I talked to the council president and agreed to send that over to Dr. Pouncey. He reviewed that, and this is his response to you. So that's all the information that I have at this point.
Thank you, Mayor. Okay. We'll come back to that one, so
What's that?
we'll come back to that.
Okay.
Any discussion at this time?
Well, my one question is I mean, we've pretty much have a clear understanding of who owns that field, correct?
Correct.
The Board of Education owns that
Yeah,
field.
and I apologize, I think there was some confusion in some of the conversation last time, because I heard from a couple of people, I think, a couple of you right here,
Yeah,
were confused by some of the discussion and was not clear in the presentation that was made as to who really owns the property. The school board owns the property, it is their property. But I think in some of the movement and all the conversation that went on at the last session, some of you, I know, Councilor Spivey came back, and even our attorney came back and said, well, wait a minute, I didn't realize that we owned it, and we don't own it. The Board of Education owns it, so
so the fact that they'd even let us set 1 foot on it is actually a favor.
it's at their discretion.
Yeah.
Totally at their discretion, they could, which is what I tried to communicate. I only made one comment at the last meeting, that if the school board chose, they could choose not to allow us to use it, then what is Plan B? And the response was, there is no Plan B. So this is the plan, according to everything that we've heard up to this point.
So that really makes this resolution, I mean, there's no need.
You know what?
There's no need for a resolution.
Okay, maybe I wasn't clear.
I mean, I
only
understand the
if
county
we-
owns it.
Yeah, only if we want the city to have use of the soccer fields is there a need for this. If we don't want the city to have use for the soccer fields, then there is not a need for this. We just don't sign it. But if we want the city to have the option to use the soccer fields,
Right.
this is the option that is being offered by the school board.
Where else they gonna play?
I think the disagreement came from the fact that we thought we were being, we had some rights that were being held back from us. And I think that's why the advisement was to not move forward, because we were gonna be deliberately limiting ourselves. When in fact, we're not limiting ourselves at all by agreeing with, we're actually accepting something they're willing to give us.
That's correct. It's a choice that you have. The choice is yours. You can accept the agreement to use the soccer fields that the county owns, or you're certainly under no obligation to do so. The choice belongs to you.
Any more questions? Do I have any comment?
As far as with this contract.
Well, I think if we agree to this contract, it will bind for 1 year.
Yeah, the dates are in there. I think
Dates are in there, 1 year, so-
November of this year.
If I have them on the contract, you at least should have that at least that year. If I not have them on the contract,
You got nothing?
yeah, you got nothing. So it's a council vote, so, for that.
Good.
All right, new business. New business. Resolve the resolution 2017 R25 to appoint Susan Hopkins Jones to the Irondale Education Youth Committee Fund for a 4-year term. Councilman Green.
Basically, when I was looking to recruit, had several options. Wanted to find somebody that had similar experiences but outside of our school system. So Susan, and the last name is Hopkins Jones, so it's not, that's her husband's last name. She is not here tonight, she did have a conflict. But she taught for over 20 years in the Vestavia school system at the second grade level. She's been in Irondale now probably for over 10 years. She did retire since she's been here. She also taught in other venues prior to going to Vestavia. So experience in schools, a different perspective because she had some information on how they screen their respective grants at that level. So just thought it would add another little avenue to the committee for a period of time. And like I emphasized to everybody, we're trying this out, we're getting more people in, trying to do it by district, and it's a 4-year term, but it's like anything else, I guess if push comes to shove, and you feel like you can't be effective, you've got an option.
Thank you.
But I think she'll do us well, and I will have her here to introduce at some point.
Okay, thank you. It's amazing, you got 2 Joneses on this.
Right. Like I said, I had to clarify that Hopkins Jones is actually the last name.
She's Esther.
Yes, sir. Well, that name is Susan. That's Miss Jones, too.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank
Keep up
you.
with Joneses.
That's right. Any other comments from the council? Resolve the resolution 2017 R26 to authorize the mayor to contract with McNally Land Design in the amount of McNally Land Design in the amount of $49,000. Any discussion?
This is the same group that came and spoke with us last time, correct?
Correct.
Did I hear you say this particular item is going to be the same?
India.
Oh, India.
My only discussion at this point is for the amount of dollars and the fact that we're trying to get the overall Irondale and the new process. I get some momentum. There are a lot of priorities out there. This just seems like an awful lot of money to spend on a plan that we have no way we could potentially implement in a reasonable time frame at this point. Something I think we need to do. I'm just thinking timing may not be appropriate based on the current financial restraints and the ability to implement anything they come up with.
Any other comment?
I think that they're a fantastic group. They've done great work. Do we need to hire them specifically to do a report? Because I think we do have some green spaces that we're already aware of. The comp plan has identified those, showed them to us. Even the future land use area on the comp plan even shows us some things. Can we do business with them, later? Maybe can we take something that we're already aware of and utilize them to maybe do a design and look at some build-out options? I think that could definitely be done. Do we need to give them $49,000 to kind of give us some information? Probably a lot of it which we already know. I would say nay on that.
We can't vote right now.
No, I know. I'm just letting you know how I feel about it.
Okay, all right. Councilman Weston?
My comment is, just to make it short, I agree with some of the things Councilman Spivey had mentioned. We definitely need, I think, this particular project to be done in the city. There's been a need for quite a while. I think this is something that we really haven't put much emphasis on in the years that I've been a part of the city. I think we could have them come back, probably, and give us a scaled down version. And I am for it. I do agree with it. But if we could talk with them or at the same time, figure out how we could kind of build upon what they, letting us know what they could do. on a much smaller scale, I think. I think that'll work, but I am for the, I do think it's a great idea. Much needed from the city, from a company standpoint.
Thank you. Any more discussion? Number 3 is an ordinance. We'll come back to that one. One we need to add, the clerk is the education committee guidelines. It'll be resolution 2017-28. This is committee educational guidelines. And once we get it worded out, we'll come back in regular council and discuss that. At this time, we have public comments from anything regarding the agenda. Yes. Sure.
I had some questions regarding the disposition of soccer fields, and it was mentioned about the soccer fields at Shays Valley High School. Did you not mention that? Never mind.
I said the Grantwood.
Yes, Grant's, I mean, I thought you mentioned earlier in your comments, okay. No, never mind then.
Any other comments? Oh, okay.
Just for clarity's sake, Cindy Cuellar, 5729 Belmont Drive. For clarity's sake, I know Shade Valley was brought up at the last meeting, and now we have Grants Wood. The Board of Education owns the land, property on Grants Wood, correct?
Correct.
Irondale owns the property at Shade Valley that the soccer field is on, is that not correct?
That's not correct.
Okay.
So this county owns the field where the soccer, county owns JPK Field where the soccer used to be, and they also own Grantsville property where the soccer field is today.
Okay, so the county does?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
We do own a portion of that property down there, yet where the sign is supposedly. We are receiving revenue from that, and I guess, I hope that's separated out, the Shades Valley, JPK Fields to begin with.
Oh,
That's
you
a
talking
separate
about
parcel.
that little small parcel.
Right.
That's
Okay.
small parcel, yeah.
What is it, 5 acres?
I don't know what size, it was
Yeah.
just enough to incorporate the sign.
That's,
Yes, ma'am.
we own that part.
We get revenue from that.
What we're talking about is the Grantswood.
Well, she brought up the Shades Valley thing, that's what I was talking about.
Right.
Okay. Any more comments on the agenda? At this time, council, we'll go back, unfinished business, resolution 2017 R18, 2018 consent. Consent.
Yes.
R21, no consent. New business, 2017 R25, to appoint Susan Hopkins Jones to the Irondale Education Committee, consent.
Yes.
Consent. 2 no, 3 ordinance. And we'll go back with the reading of the next one, 2018 Education Committee.
Okay. Resolved that resolution 2017-R-28 approves the City Council of Irondale Education and Youth Committee Fund Committee Guidelines. 28.
28. Any discussion on that one? We good? Consent on that one?
Basically, for anybody that attended on that earlier, it was basically what you heard at the earlier meeting, with one exception, which was not to limit consecutive terms. That was the only thing that was changed.
All right.
John, I would
Yes.
like to, I know that we probably kind of passed this portion already. I would like to consider Housing and Abatement Board. We've got 2 potential members that have been nominated by Steve and myself to that board. Right now, if that board was to meet, and if one member that's actually left on that board wasn't present, they wouldn't even have a quorum.
Right.
So I would like to present to you that we add an agenda item to get Steve Marino's candidate and my candidate added onto the Housing and Abatement tonight, so that they can go forward with their business.
That's just like with any resolution.
Fair enough?
Who are the candidates?
In my case, it was Ross Graham.
In my case, it's Ron Bishop. This is for housing and abatement. Thank you, fellas, for being here tonight.
That's, resolved that resolution 2017-R-29 appoints Ron Bishop and Ross Graham to the Irondale Abatement Board.
Do we separate those?
Y'all want to do
Yes.
I don't know, it doesn't matter.
I will have to research what the terms are because they will be completing the unexpired terms for Councilman Spivey and Councilman Marina. So, but I won't know that until I get a chance to do
Understood.
that. So 29 will be Ron Bishop and 30 will be Ross Graham.
Well, at this time, I guess, since we added these two, are there any other comments on the two items that we added? No comments? At this time, we'll recess until 6:30.